All right, hello everybody. My name is Fox, and I see that we are live. Very nice to have you all with us. And I'm going to be doing a showcase of Wildermyth today. This is actually a procedurally generated version of a game that's generally a campaign mode. So there will be a lot of randomness. Hopefully the randomness will go into my favor. I just wanted to give a shout out to Asuka, whose run I just saw, of Moss. That was super cool. I have not seen that game before. That is a VR game, and she did a fantastic job with that. So big thanks to Midwest Speed Fest for hosting me. And I would also give a special shout out to the Japanese Restream, who is watching this right now as well. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. So we're going to start a new story. The 3 chapters is the procedurally generated story. Oh, and Moonblaze Wolf is on my couch here to help with some commentary.
Hi.
This is a tile-based strategy game. We're going to pick our main enemy as the Thrixel, which is kind of a caster-based enemy. Storyteller is the easiest setting. And we do have some options for names here. I'm going to get those entered. For the speedrun, I do like all my jobs to be warriors. So we have Fortnite.
Yep, we have Fortnite. Next is Shack.
Let's do
S-H-A-K-A-Q.
Attracted to anyone. This doesn't matter. I just like to change this. So.
And the last one is Dear PB.
This is going to be Shack. I think Shack's actually in the audience tonight, if I'm not mistaken. That's kind of exciting. Get that star power.
Shack is watching.
And what was the last one? Dear
PB.
Fantastic, thank you. So we've got all warriors, we've got some good names, Fortnite, Shack, Dear PB. I'm going to be hitting the start button in 3, 2, 1, go. So we're just going to, this is kind of a storyboard based game, but we're not going to be reading any of the storyboards, unfortunately, because that would make the speedrun much longer than we want it to be. I will shortly kind of explain what's going on here once I get kind of past the opening phases.
I'm just going to point out Shack has a pitchfork, and I think that's great.
Okay. Those are just some upgrades. I'll explain those a little bit later. So this is just naming our party. I'm going to go ahead and recruit a character here, so we have 4 characters in our party. We want him to be a warrior. And this is our overland map. This is kind of where we get our quests from. Got a nice upgrade there with paladins. So just moving across the overland map to our next territory, we need to find some hostile sites to get on to our next chapter of the 3 chapters.
Your tracker is kind of in the upper left corner there, so it says clear 4 more hostile sites.
So that's a little spirit. The spirit is going to give me an upgrade to a weapon, so that's kind of nice to have early on. He's kind of hiding back there. Let's see if I can grab him. Yep. Do a quick replace there.
Just a quick update, Shack is no longer using a pitchfork.
So you'll see as I'm kind of moving around the board, there's some yellow tiles and some green tiles. Yellow tiles are the farthest that you can move. A green tile, if you move to a green tile, you can actually set up a defensive mode so that you do a reactionary attack against something. I will be doing that a lot in this run. And then sometimes if I don't exactly see where the monster is because I'm moving fast, I will just set everybody up in kind of a defensive stance so that it goes a little bit faster scrolling through everything. I do not want bows because I want everybody to be all warriors. Armor's fine.
Yeah, this game has an interesting system where if you equip a weapon that is intended for a class other than yours, it will sometimes change your class to that class.
Yeah, it will kind of flip it. So.
So instead, Ferric is going to generally salvage any weapons unless they're clearly for a warrior, and that will give him materials to do upgrades later in the run.
So we got defeat all foes, so we'll kind of move out far here and kind of see where everybody is. It's a large map. So if I bunch my characters together, you're going to see some like some blue lines or blue arrows. That's actually a defensive stance that allows you some increased defense against attacks, and that's a very safe way to kind of set things up.
You may have noticed after one of the activations there, all of Ferric's party got wolf called. That is one of the passive abilities that he got on, I believe, one of his 4 characters. But it will affect everybody in range and give them additional movement if it triggers. It's very desirable for the speedrun.
Yeah, Wolf Call is additional distance, so I can go much farther than I would be able to normally. And also, you can transform a character into a wolf if you get the right sequence, so maybe that will happen this time. That's also pretty cool.
So Ferric got another defeat all foes encounter here, and that is definitely the most simple and straightforward of the encounter types that you can get.
Yes. Yes.
We may find some later on that have additional objectives or different victory conditions, and typically all of those are inferior to just finding all the enemies and killing them.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. Some of them are escape missions, some of them are escort missions. Those are a little bit more challenging.
Does that mean we have time for a donation?
Oh, of course, yeah. Go ahead and take a donation.
We have $25 from Tualo. My flight got delayed even more. Boo.
Boo.
But that means now I have time to catch Ferric's entire run.
Oh, fantastic.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Well,
Here's hoping there's no tree levels.
definitely can relate to that.
Yeah.
We also have $50 from Fermi and Ace with no comment, but thank you regardless.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's going to a good charity, the Save the Music Foundation. And I'm also a musician, so I can definitely represent that.
Quick shout out to Tualo as well, who ran the Guardian Legend yesterday and did a fantastic job.
Yeah, he did a great job. So part of what I'm doing here is the board actually snaps to my characters. I have that set so that on their turns I can see exactly where they are, but it does not snap to the monsters. So I'm basically doing WASD to kind of move around the board and see where everything is when that's happening.
Yeah, kind of like you're scouting.
Basically, yeah, just see what's going on, because it is a lot to keep track of. So. And then if things kind of are a little bit confusing, again, sometimes I'll just cycle through my characters. This person has stasis right now, which means he can't move. It's just a paralyzed ability that the sorcerers have. Very nice. I do not want that.
Nice job.
Thank you. So we just need to clear one more hostile site, and then this will be the boss fight for the first chapter. I can spend legacy points, which you accumulate, so that the monsters don't get more powerful. So that's what I did there. So this should be our end of chapter 1 here. We'll see how this goes. These tend to be a little bit more difficult. Okay, this one is very challenging. So these little pods that you see, they can activate those to spawn monsters, and part of what I have to do is kill enemies, so I'm sure, as you can imagine, things can get out of control really fast, so I'm going to be as careful as possible.
Yeah, basically what's going to happen here is the pods are going to start spawning behind Ferric, and there will be additional enemies that appear
So basically,
there.
yeah, I had a monster that moved the other direction, so that is going to be difficult. Let's see if we can get him taken care of before he spawns too many pods. Those are done. Looks like a door here. The monsters there. So the other thing is this big the big bug up here actually makes pods. So,
Oh gosh.
So yeah, so that's a bit of a bear. So we'll see what happens. So let's see. I think I can get him from here. Oh, that's a process. I don't like moving the camera, but if I have to, I will. So. Let's see if you can hit him now. Yep. That's a chrysalis there. That's another pod. Okay, so at least he's not around the pods anymore.
He was kind of taking cover behind them a little bit. That was
Yeah, because of the way the board is set up, he kind of was in a hallway there and made it kind of difficult for me. But I think I've just got maybe just this one left. So that actually was not terrible. So could have been much worse. We'll take it. So Paladin's a very nice ability when I get to enter my defensive stance after moving. And this is just the end of the chapter. I don't want to do anything here, and I will not take any upgrades at this time. So now we have to assault this area down here. So let's go ahead and head over there. If I want to, I can grab another character up here. And I do not need to complete whatever this is. But unfortunately, it put me into it anyway, so... Defeat all or escape. So I'm liking escape. Let's get out of here.
Oh, did one of your characters get separated?
Yeah, they must have been waylaid. So
okay.
It looks like, yeah, it's this guy up here. He wants to go there. That is this guy. So yeah, he's up here. When characters are by themselves, they can get ambushed, and he's going to have to run all the way down there. So I guess I will try this with 3 characters. We'll see how it goes. I'm a little bit nervous.
Good luck.
Thank you. So this is kill all enemies. I think if I play it conservatively, I'll be okay.
I haven't really seen that happen to you before.
No, that's kind of new, but you know how it is when you're running something live. You get to see all the new stuff, so.
Yeah. Just kind of whacking on stuff for now. The Warriors, Ferric explained a lot of why he chose Warriors for all his classes, but basically they have really good weapons and they're just extremely efficient, and then some of those upgrades that he's been talking about as well make them very desirable for the speedrun. All of the classes in the game are really good, but some of the mechanics are just a little bit more complicated than like they take longer to set up for what you get. So it's just not really worth it for the speedrun. You kind of just want to run in and whack on things.
So next one is here. So I could, let's see. I think I'll go gather. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to send my 3 guys to pick up this guy in case this is a particularly difficult battle. And I can actually recruit somebody while I'm here, so. That was a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah. And you'll have a full party at that point?
Yeah, you can have more than 5, but 5 is the maximum number that you can take into a combat, so that's really the number that you want. And then we'll just have to build a little bridge right here to get across to get to the next area we have to complete. Everybody get to work.
Build that bridge. I'm glad you're reunited with Shaq, by the way.
Oh, was that Shaq that was up there?
Yeah, Shaq got separated.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That's funny. Alright, so monsters will keep spawning, kill, Kinestet, and escape. Okay, this is a very difficult map, so I'm going to have to be very careful here. I have to kill this monster and then get all of my guys out of here, and in the meantime, they'll be casting stasis and things like that, so This is one of the more challenging ones for sure.
Oh no, more pods.
Yeah, the pods, things can get out of control pretty fast. Let's see if I can just at least deal some damage to them. If I go there. So he's close to being dead. See if I can get my last attack on him. So missed. So he's dead, so now I have to escape, which is all the way down there. But it'll be okay. I'll just take it a little bit slow. And if we do have any additional donations or anything else that we need to talk about, this would be a good time as I make my mad dash for the exit.
Absolutely. I'd like to tell you more about Midwest Speedfest. Assuming I can, of course, pull up the blurb. If you're enjoying the marathon, please consider following Midwest Speedfest. We are a Minnesota-based organization that has been hosting speedrun marathons since 2015. In the early spring and late summer, we partner with VGMCon and 2DCon respectively to help raise money for their chosen charities and bring even more entertainment to their conventions. We host online events, also in support of charity. So far, we've raised over $50,000 for various causes, and we hope to see that number to continue to grow exponentially with your support. And that said, I am currently empty on donations to read, and I would love to read more of your donations, so please get those in.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. So we've got a good, clean route now, so I should be able to get out of here without too much trouble. Famous last words, but we'll see what happens. So the purple things that you see are actually, those are the casters. This has a kind of a special casting mechanism in this game where you have to infuse items that are in the environment to actually be able to cast your spells. And since I'm not doing any casters, you don't get to actually see that.
That's the first time you haven't had a passive to pick, so that was unfortunate.
I generally like the passives. And unfortunately, this person turned into a caster, so we'll have to try to avoid using her if we can. So I've got Assault the Library. The library is over here. Looks like we got a bunch of people here, so let's gather up here. We don't want her.
And you are in Chapter 3 now, just to point out to everybody. That was the end of Chapter 2
Yes.
When you escaped.
Yes, so one chapter left, that's right. So we can grab another warrior here. And get her recruit. And then we'll just head there, and hopefully that will be the only one. No guarantees, though. Sometimes it's just one for chapter... let's see, Mountain Range, okay. Sometimes it's just one for the third chapter, sometimes it's multiples.
You'll find out if it's the final encounter before you enter it.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Have to build a mountain pass to get through there. And that's it right there. Kind of an awkward little spot, but we'll be there in no time.
A lot of this kind of territorial stuff, if you're playing the game casually, is really interesting. And right as I say that, an incursion message pops up, but you know, there is some value in some regards to controlling the board and controlling the territory. In the speedrun, Ferric doesn't really care very much, but if you've played the game casually or are interested in playing the game casually, those are definitely mechanics that are in the game as well.
Yeah. And so we know this is not the final battle because I didn't get the final battle notice. So we kind of just have to work our way through this one and see which one pops next. But yeah, the overland stuff, you know, you have all sorts of different areas that you control, and then there's the monsters are invading those and basically laying them to waste. So there's definitely a dynamic overland game as well, but for the purposes of the speedrun, we don't really look at that.
On the plus side, this isn't the last encounter, but it is a kill all enemies, so nothing particularly complicated for you to have to deal with.
True. Yes, much better than what was before.
Well, I do have a donation to help kill some time.
Yeah, please do.
I have $20 from Rotem. Go Ferric, you're awesome.
Oh,
Robot
thank you for
winky
that.
faces.
I don't even know what robot winky faces look like, so I'll have to educate myself on that.
I'm sure we can get some people to
Yeah.
type them in chat for us.
Please do, yeah, so I can go back and look and figure out what that is. I know fox winky faces, but robot winky faces would be a new one. So hopefully we can just mop these guys up here. Oh, I got an achievement unlocked. That's kind of fun. How romantic. What? Not being romantic right now.
There's no time for that. Excuse me, this is a speed run.
So I've got tier 2 sword seems good. Shaq is a paladin now. I love it. Who would have thought?
Shaq has come really far in this speed run.
Yes, he has.
Started out with a pitchfork, and then he got a magical spear, I can't talk. And now he's a paladin. It's amazing. And then he's going to be a kung fu master by the end of the evening.
I'm not. Yeah, maybe not the end of this run, but that will be a different run. So maybe he can maintain his paladin skills for his kung fu run. So this is the final battle. I can make some final preparations. In a true speed run, I would not let this load because it takes forever for whatever reason. But just give him a big old weapon there. And I'm just looking at basically the level of the weapons there before I move forward.
Ferric also did find a bug, unfortunately, where if you skip through that menu too fast in the final preparations, you can actually crash the game.
Oh, the trees! Yes, the trees.
Oh, it's the trees!
This is one of the hardest ones, so this is great. I love it.
Oh, that's marathon RNG for you.
It's going to be just fine.
Yeah.
So basically I have to kill 10 trees, which are static. The monsters will keep spawning. There's a huge tree I have to defeat, and every time I kill a tree, like, my guys get, basically they like lose turns. They get, I think it's called befuddled or something like that. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. So, and I also have to click down here to do it.
Yeah, there's a separate
fogged.
There's a separate input for attacking scenery as well, which is just extra annoying when you're just trying to finish the run.
Tree over there.
You can't just hit the attack button, you have to click.
You have to kind of go back and forth, yeah. But a lot of defensive stances to make sure that the monsters don't get out of control, because they will get out of control very fast.
I will say you've gotten a lot of practice doing this scenario recently.
Gosh, I had never really seen it before, and I've just been hitting it a lot.
Yeah.
You're not lying. So now I can take out another tree. Very good.
We're 2 out of 10. There's a little tracker in the top.
Making progress.
This might be hard to see on stream, but
it's kind of up there, yeah.
Yep.
Just kind of trying to find where the trees are. And then at some point I have to find the really big tree. I got that one.
There's also going to be a big nasty boss guarding the big tree.
Yeah, I think it's called like an orchardist or something like that.
Yeah.
So that one's done.
Up to 4.
Yeah. Got 2 guys that are locked down, so hopefully they will come free soon, because I could really use them. So that's the nasty guy right there. Oof, it just doesn't get much worse than this. All right, let's see. So he got free somehow, so that's good at least. But it's Shaq. It's Shaq versus the Orchardist. Now, how could that possibly go wrong?
Don't say that.
Don't say that.
Shaq is very high level, but that Orchardist is big and scary.
Yes, he
And
is.
Shaq needs his friends.
So over here, the green is hit points, so the party's looking okay right now. But that can, with big monsters, that can change very fast. Obviously, domineering is not good because I won't control that character. So let's go and take out a tree here.
Everybody's still kicking. You're 5 out of 10.
Yeah, because there's a lot of monsters. Oof.
Yeah. And you got that stasis too on a lot of your characters.
So that's 1 down. So all my characters got extra armor because 1 character dropped.
Okay. You're doing a good job keeping it together.
Thank you. Just trying to focus and get through.
Yep. You can kind of see the big tree up there behind the orchardist too. All right, that's 8. You're kind of sneaking around the edge here. I like this.
Doing my best. Yep.
Yeah. Alright, there's 9.
1 other character. Oh, stasis right there, sure. There's a tree over there. Getting a little dicey on the health here, though.
Big tree's down. There.
Oh my gosh, I only need 1 more tree. We got this. Be brave. All right, so if those 2 can survive to get that last tree, then we'll be okay. So there are a lot of other scenarios that are not this complex for the last one. Get everybody to armor up again.
Nice.
Ah, no!
That is not what you wanted.
Did,
okay.
Did Shaq make it?
I'm.
Shaq didn't make it! Fortnite made it, though.
And you won the scenario.
I
and
did. Yeah. Luckily, that's time. So, oh my gosh.
Good job. That was tough.
That was some very tough chapters. So again, it's procedurally generated, so you never quite know what you're gonna get. My fastest for this is 19 minutes. Oh, that's not terrible. I guess it feels much worse when you're actually doing it. So that wasn't too bad at all. But no, super fun game. You know, really encourage people to give it a shot. This gives you a flavor for a lot of the combat mechanics, but the storyboards are really cute. There's a lot of cute quests, very fun storyline. Highly encourage you to play it. Again, thank you to Midwest Speed Fest for having me out. Thank you for everybody for watching. And definitely please stay tuned. I think Surly is coming up with Baldur's Gate, if I'm not mistaken, which is a fantastic run, so please stick around for that. Okay, goodbye.